Happening now, New York's new rules on masking go into effect tomorrow. What you need to know. Plus, the latest in the search for a missing boater on Chautauqua Lake.
Well, if you liked yesterday, you are going to love today. It is much warmer today, but we have some increasing humidity on the way. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
A kayaker who went missing on Chautauqua Lake last night was located following a swift search by first responders. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office, New York State Police, Bemis Point, and DeWittville Fire Departments searched for about an hour and a half for the missing boater last night. The man who first responders say was kayaking in Chautauqua Lake off of Long Point State Park was located around 10:30 p.m. The kayaker, who has not been identified at this time, was uninjured and returned to shore. Well, New York's governor is set to earn $5 million from his book discussing the state's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Andrew Cuomo disclosed yesterday he was paid a $3.1 million advance to write his COVID-19 leadership book last year, and under his publishing contract will make another $2 million on the memoir over the next 2 years. That total windfall of more than $5.1 million furthered inflamed critics who have said it was inappropriate for Cuomo to personally enrich himself with a self-congratulatory book published just as the state was seeing the deadly resurgence in infections last October. Now, New York State Senator George Borrello is among those around the state reacting to the earnings disclosure, calling the agreement disgraceful. He says there is 5 million reasons to hide the truth and mislead the public about the deadly impact of Cuomo's administration's decisions to return COVID-positive nursing home patients to nursing homes. Despite promising to donate the proceeds to COVID relief, just 1/3 went to charity, furthered Borrello, who says the notion of profiting from a tragedy that took the lives of thousands of New Yorkers is a disgrace. The senator has pushed legislation to prevent elected officials from publishing books about their leadership in office while still holding that very office. Well, the Chautauqua County Manufacturing Company that is celebrating its second year of business in Dunkirk is looking for workers amid a massive renovation there. WNY News Now's Christian Raithmiller reports the president and CEO of the company says modernizing the facility isn't just good for business, but for his workers' morale as well.
Over the past 2 years, Mike Wells, the president and CEO of Wells Enterprises, says efforts to modernize the former Fieldbrook Foods factory in Dunkirk are continuing even amid a worldwide pandemic. Wells, in an interview with WNY News Now, explained his family's business's push not to only further production of their ice cream products on the East Coast, but also make the factory better for its workers.
We've replaced a lot of equipment, everything from the basic, piping throughout the plant to freezer facilities to, new parts areas, employee welfare space. In fact, we got some temporary space outside right now as we rebuild a lot of the space and change the flow of the plant to better make it easier to get from point A to point B.
Even amid shortages in materials and labor during the pandemic, Wells says his business is about halfway through construction as it celebrates 2 years of business in Dunkirk. During a visit to the plant on Monday, the president and CEO spoke to many workers who carried over from previous ownership 2 years ago.
And they went on and on about the improvements, about how the morale is different, how they continue to really get excited about career opportunities, not just a job, but I think for us, as now the second largest manufacturer of ice cream in the United States and locations around the United States, they can see now that there's a real career path inside of Wells for them.
Wells says in his business's hiring push locally, many times current employees are referring their friends and neighbors to the company, something the businessman takes pride in.
We've got everything from hourly line workers to supervisory positions, maintenance positions, the great thing about having a growing, successful business is you're always looking for good people.
He says hiring during the pandemic has been impacted. However, he is hopeful for the future.
Our national leaders to state leaders starting to change, some of the things in regards to unemployment and encouraging people to get back into the workforce, because there's plenty of opportunities, and we think we've got some of the best opportunities right here at Wells for really what I call meaningful employment.
The company has invested tens of millions of dollars so far in the Dunkirk renovation process. In studio, Christian Riethmiller, WNY News Now.
Christian, thank you. As Wells Enterprises continues to expand their footprint locally, the group will be looking to give back to the community. Wells says in the future he hopes to host family-oriented events fostering a good work-life balance here. Those looking to apply are encouraged to visit wellscareers.com. Well, a group of local Boy Scouts are once again giving back to those in need. Cub Scout Pack 123 hosted a Scouting for Food drive over the weekend. In total, around a dozen boxes of non-perishable food items were donated to the St. Susan Center here in Jamestown. First opened in 1984, the center runs a soup kitchen, providing daily lunches to those in need. Now, this is not the first time the local group has given back. Earlier this month, the scouting troop took part in an Arbor Day tree planting effort at Jackson Taylor Park. The Scouting for Food campaign is a nationwide effort where the Boy Scouts of America give back to local food banks. Awesome to see. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Pat. Good afternoon to Ed. Good to see Wendy, Christopher, and Doug as well. We appreciate you all tuning in every day for a catch of some local news. And Dakota, I imagine you must be a proud uncle of some of those Cub Scouts there on that troop. Always giving back. It's incredible to see.
Yes, it is. And, my two youngest nephews are actually a part of that Cub Scout troop. And apparently my microphone is...
And they do an excellent job there, that's for sure. Yeah, we aren't getting you on the soundboard for some reason.
Okay, how about now? Do we have me now?
I don't think so. Keep going, though.
Okay, well, anyway, we are going to move on with weather right now, and I'll just yell. There you go. And so I think we have another microphone here. Thank you very much. And, but anyway, we'll just move on. This is a look from Chautauqua. Thank you very much. This is a look from the Chautauqua Institution. Everything looking good on the satellite and radar composite. No big issues in terms of the weather today. Just a few sun and clouds at times. The chance of rain over the next 5 days, really minimal. Now, we do see a spike in rain chances at least on Thursday. That'll bring us a chance for at least a few more showers. And that's actually going to be with a spike in humidity. Same thing that we were talking about over the past couple of days. 72 was the high yesterday. Man, it felt nice. 47 is where we started the day. 89 and 29 are the record highs and lows. So through the afternoon, Command C, Command V. The Mac users will know that. Copy paste. Unseasonably warm and nice, although a nice breeze, 71 to 79 with a southwest wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now we do see some more warmth tomorrow, then the humidity spikes up and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We'll talk about it in detail in a few minutes, Justin.
All right, Dakota, we'll be looking forward to that forecast, sir. Thank you. Well, those looking to get vaccinated against COVID-19 and win a free lunch coupon at the same time are urged to attend a walk-in clinic at the Mental Health Association in Jamestown this week. The Chautauqua County Health Department will be administering Johnson & Johnson's one-shot vaccine for those 16 and older tomorrow. As an added bonus, MHA staff will also be giving away a coupon to vaccine recipients for free McDonald's French fries, a sundae, or even a quarter pounder. Steve Cobb, he's the center's executive director, is hopeful the walk-in clinic is in a central location that will help people without transportation have easier access to the shot.
All of our staff here have been vaccinated, so we can kind of be advocates to say, hey, I got vaccinated and it's working out great and you should too. So that can be really powerful also.
And Cobb says in addition to his peer recovery experts, will be hosting a Narcan training and be available to discuss rehab options for those who might be struggling with substance abuse addictions as well. Well, vaccinated New Yorkers can put down their masks after state leaders moved forward with adopting new federal health guidelines yesterday. As New York State Capitol correspondent Karina Capabianca reports, Governor Andrew Cuomo, after reviewing the new CDC guidance, announced the policy change in what he's calling a step to get back to life.
On Wednesday, you might see less people wearing masks around New York State. Last week, the CDC said fully vaccinated individuals no longer need to wear masks or social distance for most outdoor and indoor activities. Now, New York State is following suit.
If you are vaccinated, you are safe. No masks, no social distancing.
But there are some places you'll still need to wear a mask despite being fully vaccinated. Those include public transportation, nursing homes, homeless shelters, correctional facilities, schools, and healthcare facilities. The governor and the CDC say unvaccinated and immunocompromised people should still mask up and social distance. Several county executives, including Dutchess County Executive Mark Molinaro, had urged the governor to adopt the CDC guidance, which was issued Thursday.
County leaders across the state of New York, Republican and Democrat, we evaluated the CDC guidance. We knew it made sense, and therefore proceeding now is logical.
While private businesses can still decide to impose certain precautions, they're not required to. They're also not required to ask customers if they're vaccinated.
They can check. They can ask at the door. They can ask when you're seated at the table. Or not.
The governor says if you are fully vaccinated and still want to wear a mask, it's perfectly fine for you to continue to do so. In Albany, Karina Capabianca.
Karina, thank you. The governor had previously announced that many restrictions on businesses will be loosened tomorrow, including rules that limited occupancy. Cuomo explaining that venues can open up to 100% capacity as long as they only allow vaccinated people inside. Next here, an update on the disappearance of an autistic Olean man who went missing for nearly 2 weeks, where police say he was hiding out. And later, more on how stores are adapting to these new masking rules. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
The George Barone Jr. Scholarship Fund is hosting its first annual Rummage and Bag Sale fundraiser. An inductee in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, Barone managed, coached, and assisted in youth baseball for 64 years in and around the Jamestown area. 100% of proceeds generated will be donated, which will provide scholarships to graduating Southwestern Central School seniors who partake in athletics. Learn more by checking out the scholarship on Facebook and joining us for the fundraising event.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Police say the young autistic man who was missing for nearly 2 weeks in the Olean area was trying to gain some independence by staying in a vacant home. City of Olean police say 22-year-old Cole Geis was spotted by a shift supervisor at a local Wendy's restaurant. The employee followed Geis while calling police to report the sighting. Officers were able to make contact with the young man at a nearby park before connecting him back to his family. Now, for 13 days, the community searched the city and the nearby woods for Geis. However, police now say he was living off of food from the dumpster at a nearby county fair deli.
To know that he's safe. He had some bruises and banged up a little bit, but he'll be all right.
His home, the vacant house, and the Wendy's restaurant were about a mile apart. Well, the search for a missing 15-year-old girl ended after she was found safe and sound by police. New York State Police tell us that Julianne Lazzarini was last seen Friday between 8 and 10 in the area of Boston Valley Elementary School in Erie County. Well, after a search throughout all of western New York, troopers say she was located in good health around 4:50 last night. Police did not give further specifics about her condition or what maybe led to the disappearance. Well, cities and states around the country are taking action on police reform. But what about on a national scale? As Britt Conway reports, lawmakers continue to grapple with a police reform bill as their self-imposed deadline approaches. But in the meantime, some unions are making moves of their own.
May 25th, 2020, the day George Floyd was killed by former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. 1 week from today marks 1 year. His death sparked protests all over the country. No peace! But deaths of black men and women at the hands of police continued. And by President Joe Biden's first address to a joint session of Congress, he pressed lawmakers to come up with a police reform bill.
But let's get it done next month, by the first anniversary of George Floyd's death.
But making deadline could prove difficult. There are two big sticking points right now: determining the standard for charging police officers with crimes and changing qualified immunity so police officers can be sued in civil court. But 15 police unions are making moves of their own, with plans to release a blueprint for policing this week. CNN got a copy of that plan, which asks officers to be trained as active bystanders, meaning they'll intervene when they see something wrong, calling on 250,000 law enforcement members and more than 100,000 members in police-adjacent professions to take action. It also pushes each union to consider an officer's actions before defending them. They say it's a huge step for law enforcement, knowing how many people around the country have lost confidence in the police. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Communities here in New York State have already passed police reforms under an executive order issued last year following George Floyd's death. Well, after being off the menu for a decade, Burger King is bringing back its crown-shaped chicken nuggets. Right now, they're only being sold at locations around Miami for $1.49 for 10 nuggets. Burger King says there could be a potential nationwide launch soon. The uniquely shaped nuggets were removed from the menu in 2012, but fans pleaded for their return, even starting an online petition with more than 2,000 signatures. I always do these food stories around lunch, I tell you, Dakota. It's always around lunch when we haven't eaten and we're hungry, and, I could use some nuggets.
Yesterday I think yesterday was a good day for us to lose our lunch because we had that pickle
we did.
thing yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't want to eat yesterday.
But the surprising thing is I don't remember those chicken nuggets.
No, me neither, really. Maybe they weren't as popular.
Now the chicken fries.
Yeah, those were popular.
Yeah.
My thing is a lot of times, and it's no offense to the restaurant workers, but sometimes they fall apart. You have a custom shaped thing and it's like, they're like dino nuggets. It's like, yeah, woo, dino nuggets.
Yeah.
And then you get them, and even if you make them at home, they're not dino. They look like weird polygons.
I know.
It's like we're
did you say the
tracking
word
severe
polygon?
weather. Yeah, did you say polygon? Dakota's going to go into weather mode.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you know, no, because I mean, you know, you're right though, because those things are made in like a mold,
right?
And you know, even though it's like, you know, even all the fast food stuff, it's frozen and then, you know, they heat it up. You know, it still isn't exactly the perfect shape.
Right. It's not exactly
you know.
what's advertised. So it's good to see Cindy, good to see Nancy, Scott, Hunter, Karen, and Holly. Hopefully you're having a good day. We appreciate you tuning us. One thing that is as advertised, our weather forecast this week, so beautiful last night, Dakota. I think I spent 4 to 5 hours on my front porch, didn't move, enjoyed the sunshine.
Yes, it was. And yesterday we joked that Rory P. was on my weather graphics fishing. He was fishing, actually, come to think of it. Rory and his oldest son went to Clay Pond in Poland, and Poland, New York, not Poland, the country. But Clay Pond right here, a great fishing spot, and it was fantastic yesterday with the sunshine and the warmer temperatures. So it's going to be another great day. Look at this, 76 should be our high for today. You know, in the words of Alan Jackson, there's no cure for the summertime blues. 80 on Wednesday and also on Thursday, but this also comes with increased humidity. Same thing we've been talking about, how the humidity is going to be increasing. So will the rain chances Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as the humidity stays in play. That'll bring us at least the chance for a couple isolated or scattered thunder showers. And in terms of rainfall, not a whole lot. This is over the next 7 days here. And all of us are in this green area. So that's about a 1/10 of an inch to about 1/4 of an inch worth of rainfall. And a lot of this has to do with the upper air pattern that's in play. So we see big warm up here coming basically over the next 6 to 10 days. We're talking hot weather down here in parts of the Northeast. But around here, I don't think we're talking 90 degrees and all that stuff, but it is going to be warm around here. And again, as you saw, we do have a couple 80s in the forecast for you as well. Lots of sunshine downtown from the top of the Doubletree Hotel. Right now, 69 as a noon hour, light wind of 7 miles an hour. So a light wind and a good amount of sunshine. It's a nice day after, you know, it's a nice day. The only amount of clouds we have is this in southern Warren County that is now dropping into Elk County, Pennsylvania, these clouds. Otherwise, that's it. Everybody else is in a good amount of sunshine. And here's the weather pattern. We're me in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We have a cold front to the north, stationary front to the south. This is what we're going to be watching, this front to the south. How much further north will it go? And we think it will stay away as high pressure actually continues to dominate across the area. So the time is running, but nothing's changing. Yeah, lots of sunshine today, clear skies tonight, temperatures upper 40s in the valleys to the mid to upper 50s near the Lake Erie shoreline. Another stargazing night. Now tomorrow we start with sunshine, but notice the clouds filtering in for the afternoon hours. So the sunshine will be filtered with a little bit of cloud cover tomorrow, but again, no rain chances tomorrow. These are high level clouds, so no rain will be falling out of them. And then by the time we go into Thursday, the humidity really spikes up, and you're going to notice it out there as well. 72 degrees or 74 degrees at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The sunshine should still be out there. 76 at 6 o'clock, and by the time you settle yourselves into bed, 64 degrees. Leave the windows open. It's going to be a nice night for that. How about the future? Next 7 days of your life. Got 280s Wednesday and Thursday. Chance for an afternoon storm on Thursday. In the words of Post Malone, talk saucy. We got 79 on Friday, but a good amount of humidity to go with it. And scattered storms Saturday through Monday with the high amounts of humidity in play. We'll take a break and be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Slow down, and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights,
Vests.
please give us some room.
slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
to help you,
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down.
Slow down.
And move over.
move over.
I'm a survivor I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
So real quick, I do want to get to some breaking news. It looks like Dakota maybe broke a record, quoting 3 songs in one weathercast. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I know. So the songs, if you're not familiar with them, the first graphic where I showed it, "Summertime Blues" by Alan Jackson. The second one was "Meet in the Middle," the one that I horribly sung. That one is done by the great country band Diamond Rio, and then the last one on the 7-day was Post Malone's "Broken Whiskey Glass." But I can't
beat it.
Yeah, but I can't quote what comes before it because it's not fit for
right, it's not fit for consumption. But this next story is fit for consumption, and so many consumers out there. Starting this week, new mask mandates, Dakota, they're going into effect at a growing list of stores. It's pretty much the talk of the town now. Well, some are celebrating the changes, others are concerned for safety of essential workers and shoppers. In today's Consumer Watch, Mandy Gaither with a closer look at what stores are relaxing what.
Indoor shopping without a mask. This week, more stores are joining the list of retailers changing their mask policies for vaccinated shoppers. But there's growing concern for the safety of consumers and employees.
It's an impossible task for a frontline retail employee to know who's been vaccinated and who has not.
Starbucks, Publix, and Walt Disney World are the latest companies to relax mask mandates following Thursday's new guidance from the CDC. But the Retail Industry Leaders Association says more guidance is needed to protect workers and shoppers, saying the current federal guidance creates ambiguity for retailers.
We need clarity around how they're going to look at the enforcement of that. It should not fall to frontline employees to be mask police and certainly not vaccine police.
Some, like Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club, and Trader Joe's, have all dropped their strict mask policies. Starting Monday, Starbucks says it will make facial coverings optional for vaccinated customers. And starting Tuesday, Walmart employees who are fully vaccinated will be allowed to work without masks. At Trader Joe's, while masks are no longer required for shoppers, employees still have to wear them.
These are our neighbors. These are our colleagues and our friends. And we want to make sure that they have a safe work environment and that they can serve the needs of customers who are coming into their stores.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. Now, we don't have one of these here locally, Dakota, but Costco, they're not going to require proof that you've been vaccinated. They're just asking for everyone's respectful cooperation. So very interesting. That's the biggest thing. How are they going to enforce it? Let us know what you think about that and more in the comments down below. I know New York State has discussed this Excelsior Pass, which you'd have on your phone, but there is no teeth behind it, really. They aren't going to require anyone to have it.
Right.
I've seen a couple local businesses already on their Facebook page say, hey, we're going to be opening up 100% on Wednesday. If you're not comfortable, come on in, wear your mask. You can sit outside if you want to. It's summertime, but they're ready to go. And I think a lot of local places have that same type of mentality.
And I mean, I can see it both ways because, people will say, well, with the vaccination card, you shouldn't have to show people. It's like, it's sort of like, show ID when you have to go into work.
Right.
But it's like, but also at the same time, by allowing people, like, say what Costco is doing, it does open up that gray area of, okay, I'm sick and tired of wearing my mask. I'm not vaccinated. I'm just going to take it off because I'm sick and tired of wearing it.
And I think it comes back down, we've talked about this before, that it's a respect thing, right? Where if you're not vaccinated, wear your mask when you're out in public. If you are vaccinated, then respect others. And I think it's boiled down to, we've talked about this throughout COVID, even before the vaccine, when they discussed that you could, in a socially distant manner, have small groups of people. It's the same type of thing. If everybody that you're with agrees and accepts, then fine. And be outside and be with that small group of people, even be inside. And I think it's not going away anytime soon, and we'll kind of see the checks and balances of it going forward. But exciting news, and really for a lot of these small businesses, it seems like it's a win for them because they need, some of them need to open up their capacities in order to make money. So it's good that we're here. Well, that's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with this live look over downtown Jamestown. Dakota and I are back tomorrow. We'll see you then.